Hello friends, for the previous case we have seen the Rayleigh-Ritz method for the homogeneous boundary condition. Now we will see that if the boundary condition is non-homogeneous, then how we will solve it. So for this we are taking an example. So example, let's just take an equation minus d upon dx 1 plus x, it's d over dx and equals to 0. Here x lie between 0 say 1. Okay, so the boundary condition is at u equals to 0 it is 0 and at u1 equals to 1. So this is a non-homogeneous boundary condition. Okay, so convert into homogeneous boundary condition. So what we do, we will this is the we write the solution in this way. Okay, so sigma j equals to 1 to n cj phi j. Okay, so we, for homogeneous part, phi naught equals to 0, and for non-homogeneous part we use phi naught to make it homogeneous. Okay, so now just solve this, then you will get an idea how to solve these type of equation. So our equation is this minus d over dx 1 plus x du over dx. Okay, so for this is a strong form. Okay, we will convert into weak form. So for converting into weak form, what we do, we multiply it with weight function w, multiply equation with weight function w and integrate it. Okay, so now the equation will look like this: 0 equals to w minus d over dx 1 plus x du over dx and dx. Okay, so now what we do, we will do integration by parts. Okay, so the equation will look like this way: 0 to 1, the differentiability will transfer to w. So we have already seen integration by parts. So if you have any doubt with integration by parts, just check out my previous video, then you will get an idea about it. 1 plus x, and this will become du over dx. Okay, this is dx, and this finally this term will look like this: d over dx and 0 say 1. Now this whole term will equals to 0. How this term will equals to 0? Because w equals to change in u, and here at u, at x equals to 0 equals to 0, and at x equals to 1 equals to 1. So these both terms are constant terms. Okay, so if u is having any constant terms, then the change in u will become equals to 0. So w also become equals to 0. So this whole term become equals to 0. Now if we solve further, then this term will become, this is the now finally weak form: 0 to 1 dw over dx 1 plus x and du over dx, and this let me write this again. This is 1 plus x integration 0 to 1 dw over dx, and this is du over dx and whole dx. Okay, now we'll write an approximation function. So we will choose w equals to phi I and u equals to phi naught plus sigma I j equals to 1 to n cj phi j. Okay, so our equation will look like this. After putting these values, 1 plus x d phi I over dx, this is d phi naught over dx plus sigma j equals to 1 to n cj d phi j over dx, and finally dx. Okay, now we will separate these terms. We will separate out these terms, this term, and then multiply of this term and this term. Okay, so now this equation will look like this, that there is a 1 plus x d phi I dx, then sigma j equals to 1 to n Cj d phi j over dx, and the other term will go other side, minus 0 से 1 plus x d phi I over dx, and this is d phi naught over dx. Okay, so in this, what we have done, we have just separated this term and this term, and the multiplication, we have just separated this term and this term, both some terms. Okay, so this is our first term, and this will be bwu. This is a bilinear function and this is a linear function. Okay, so finally what we do, we will choose we will choose an approximation function. So approximation function we know at phi 0 equals to 0 and at phi naught 1 equals to 1. So this is the essential boundary condition which are given in the question. Okay, so we will take phi naught equals to x, okay, and phi I equals to xi 1 minus x. Okay, so this is a phi naught. This we are using it for making it homogeneous. Okay, so for this, if we put this is the condition that at u1 equals to 1. So if we put x equals to 1, that phi naught will become equals to 1. So it will satisfy this condition. Okay, and here if we put at x equals to 0, then phi naught equals to 0. If we put at x equals to 1, it will give 0. Okay, so this is a homogeneous condition. That at why it is homogeneous? It is homogeneous because at x equals to 0, it is giving a 0 value, and at x equals to 1, it is again giving a 0 value. And the non-homogeneity portion, that is non-homogeneity portion was 1 instead of 0. So this non-homogeneity portion, for this we have taken this value. Okay, so let me if you are having doubt, let me just again explain you that we write equation in this way: phi I equals to sigma j equals to 1 to n Cj phi j. Okay, so phi naught equals to x is this value, and this will satisfy this condition. Okay, so if we take phi naught equals to x, so at x equals to 1, phi naught equals to 1. So this values are same, so this equation satisfied. Okay, so if this non-homogeneity removed, then our condition will become this. Okay, so for solving this, we will take a function phi I which is equals to x 1 minus x. Okay, so for x equals to 0, this will become equals to 0, and for x equals to 1, phi 0 equals to 0. Okay, this is phi I. Okay, so this is also satisfying this both conditions 0 0. Okay, so now it is clear. Now we will put all these values. So finally, what are phi phi 1 comes, phi 1 will be x 1 minus x, phi 2 equals to x square 1 minus x, which is equals to x minus x square, and this is x square minus x cube, and d phi 1 over dx will equals to 1 minus 2x, and d phi 2 over dx equals to 2x minus 3x square. And what was our phi naught? Phi naught equals to x, and d phi naught over dx will equals to 1. So we will use this in our equation. So our equation, if we put this in equation, our equation will look like this. So we are solving here, we are solving it for n equals to 2 parameters, and for I equals to 1. So 1 plus x d phi 1 over dx, and this is c1 d phi 1 over dx. What we are doing, we are just putting these things in this equation. Okay, here I equals to 1, then c1 d phi 1 over dx, and then c2 d phi 2 over dx. So we are putting this thing on this equation. Okay, so c1 then equals to c2 d phi 2 over dx. If you have any doubt, then you can check the previous videos. I have solved few more examples. It will be clear to you there. Okay, and this is the easy portion, so you don't have to worry about it. So this is our, okay, so we are just solving LHS here. LHS is the B bilinear functional. Okay, so for I equals to 1 we are solving, then it will look like this. Okay, if we put the value 1 plus x, whatever d phi 1 over dx is 1 minus 2x. Okay, then c1 d phi 1 over dx is 1 minus 2x again, plus c2, what is d phi 2 over dx is 2x minus 3x square, and this is finally dx. Okay, so what we do, we will take out c1 terms together. So it will look like this way: 0 से 1, 1 plus x 1 minus 2x का whole square dx, plus then we will take c2 terms together. c2 1 plus x 1 minus 2x, and then 2x minus 3x square dx. Okay, so on solving we will get 1 by 2 c1 plus 17 upon 60. Just wait a second. over 60 c2. Okay, then we will solve it for I equals to 2. Here we are again solving the LHS part. Okay, that is bilinear function BWU. Okay, if you are having any doubt with all these terms, these I have already told you in the previous lectures. So if you started from this lecture, then you should have viewed those lectures, so that it can help you for understanding. Okay, so d phi 2 over dx, then c1 d phi 1 over dx, and again c2 d phi 2 over dx. Okay, now this term will look like this way. What is the value d phi 2 over dx? We have calculated 2x minus 3x square. Then c1 d phi 1 over dx is 1 minus 2x, and then c2 d phi 2 over dx was 2x minus 3x square and dx. Okay, then what we do, again we will take out c1 terms together. 1 plus x 2x minus 3x square 1 minus 2x dx, then c2 term 0 से 1 1 plus x 2x minus 3x square whole square dx. Then on solving we will get 17 over 60 c1 plus 7 upon में 30 c2. So this will the value give us K matrix. K matrix will be, so this is the K21, this is the K22 value, and this is our K11 value, and this is the K12 value. Okay, so we will, okay, just wait a second. What was that? It was 1 by 2, and this is 17 over 60. Okay, So these term are the, we will use this term. Okay, so the K matrix will look like this way: 17 over 6. Wait a minute, I have tried it again. Okay, some automatic function is there, so I face some difficulty sometimes. Okay, so this is 17 over 60, and this is 7 over 30, and this is 1 by 2, and this is 17 over 60. So this is a symmetric matrix. This K matrix is always a symmetric matrix. Okay, now we will find f vector or linear function of w, which is the right hand side of the equation. Okay, so how we will solve it? So the right hand side will looking like this: 0 to 1 minus 1 plus x d phi I over dx and d phi naught over dx. Okay, so let me show you where we have write this. This is the LHS or the linear functional. Okay, first we solve this for I equals to 1 and 2, and now we will solve this LW, which is linear function of W. Okay, so this linear function in W we are solving. So this will for I equals to 1, this will equal minus 0 to 1 plus x d phi 1 over dx, and it will remain the same because this is d phi naught over dx. Okay, so this will minus 0 to 1 plus x, thus d phi 1 over dx is 1 minus 2x, and d phi naught over dx is 1, and this is dx, whole differentiation dx. Now this will the value will come out to be, on solving this. Okay, so on solving this will give out the value of 1 upon 6. Okay, so finally we will solve for I equals to 2 in a similar way, and this will equals to minus 0 to 1, and what was this 1 plus x, and this is d phi 2 over dx, and then d phi naught over dx. Okay, so what was d phi 2 over dx is minus 0 to 1 plus x, d phi 2 over dx value we have calculated earlier, 2x minus 3x square, and this is 1. Okay, and this whole differentiation dx. Okay, on solving it will give us the value of 1 upon 12. Okay, so the force vector will look like this way: 1 upon 6 and 1 upon 12. Okay, so we will have this equation K C equals to F. Okay, so what were our K matrix? We have K matrix, we have already calculated 1 upon 2, then it is 17 over 60. Okay, it again happened, 17 over 60. I have to write it again. Okay, this is 1 upon 2, this is 17 over 60, and this is 17 over 60, and then it was 7 upon 30. Okay, and this is C1, C2, and force vector value were 1 by 6 and 1 by 12. Okay, on solving we will get the C1 value equals to 55 upon 131, and C2 equals to minus 20 over 131. So again it happened, minus 20 over 131. Okay, so these are the Rayleigh-Ritz parameter. Okay, so we will use for this equation, or if we want to calculate the Rayleigh parameter only, then it will be the solution. If we want the solution, then the solution will look like phi naught plus C1 phi 1 plus C2 phi 2 for n equals to 2. If we are taking two parameters, then this will be the equation. So phi naught value over x, then C1 is 55 over 131, phi 1 value over x 1 minus x, and C2 value over minus 20 over 131, and phi 2 value over x square 1 minus x. So this is our solution. It will give different values at different values of x. Okay, so that's all for today, and in the next lecture, this Rayleigh-Ritz method, I have taken both things, homogeneous condition and non-homogeneous condition, and in the next lecture we will solve the weighted residual method. So if you are facing any kind of difficulty with this lecture, you can follow the previous lecture. It will help you to understand. Okay, and in the next lecture we will continue. So okay, thank you for today.